Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, hang out. Well, you know, this nerd.
Ted.
And today we're going to do another What Do You Bring to the Table with you, and we are going to be discussing player rewards.
If you want to jump down to the description below, you can sign up for Nerdarchy the newsletter. It's a great way to get gaming tips as well as learn how to game with Nerdarchy.
So this video is very non-system specific, non-genre specific.
Right.
It's very much, and it's also like if you're playing a game, we're not talking about games where you're playing with bennies, right?
Right.
Like hero points, action points, inspiration, all that stuff is great, and they're great player rewards for your players to actually use in the game. But the kind of rewards we're talking about, you don't use them in the game.
Right. Now, we've gamed quite a lot with Scott Garibay, and he's got his own set of following or anti-following on the channel. But one of the things that he's done in a couple of the campaigns that we have actually taken to fruition are, little velvety pouch, and voila.
Scott gave us a sack.
He's actually given out medals, awards.
Yeah, can you want to show that off? Can we get that on the cameras?
Yeah, this one says Dungeons & Dragons Thracion Ulmir Arc, 8th to 20th level. And if you actually see, how do I get the focus in? So
you might have to just tilt it a little bit.
So you can see that it's a full-on, medallion that you can wear.
Star Wars style.
And, in fact, Star Wars, Fantasy Flight game, Star Wars RPG, Admiral Stytora's Gambit. And, that's...
Oh, that one's way easier to read.
Yeah, well, it's not the non-directly metal shiny mirror.
Yeah.
So...
And I didn't know we were going to do this video. I just Ted had inspired me to this video earlier with one of his latest Kickstarter gets, and I also have I guess a couple as well. And it's funny when Scott gives out the medals, like he gives them out for like specific things in the game,
right?
That he might or might not make up as he's handing you the medal.
So he does it where all the medals say the same thing, and it's like, best role player and most complex character and whatever have you.
Dave, good job. You played a Chevin or whatever.
So it's really cool. It's really something that you can offer these kind of things out if it's something within your budget that is going to make those situations memorable. How often have you sat there at the end of a D&D game and the DM starts handing out physical things for you as the player to take away?
Yeah, that was definitely a cool moment at the end of the session wrapping up and the game wrapping up, and getting something physical to take home with you.
Right.
It was just kind of a cool thing, and I imagine you could do different variations to make it less expensive and more affordable depending. I mean, you could print out certificates if you wanted to.
Right.
And it's just kind of like a cool thing, to do with friends, and I like it.
Trophy for the character, for the player who had the most characters die.
Well, yeah. So what you do with that? Like the DM has to actually collect the characters, and then he's got to do up like a what are they called? I've seen it done with medals and different pictures. It's not really a collage, but it's a similar thing where you put it all in the frame together. Mm-hmm. So in this case, you would have the frame with all the character sheets on the out and the border. Well, yeah, you could put that on the character sheets themselves, maybe a red stamp, deceased, and then in the center you have the certificate for the most deaths or something.
Yeah,
which that'd be cool. I'd hang that on my wall.
Well, thankfully, 5th edition has not had too many character deaths in our groupings.
Well, perhaps we can fix that. So now let's talk about what actually sparked this conversation.
So as Dave says, I had supported this on Kickstarter, and I didn't get all the stuff that's out there because there were quite a lot, but they had these things called gamer badges, and each badge comes in this little envelope with the requirement to earn the badge written on the back. So this one happens to be non-related to RPGs, but it's board gamer. If you own or have played one or more board games, you have earned the board gamer badge. Well done. This one's for attending a con. This one is if you've played a war game. This one's if you played a train game.
Instead of shouldn't you read them and maybe show them? Are they different?
Yeah, each badge is different. This one...
right now, they just see you flipping things around in your hand.
That's true. All right, so this one here... I actually managed to earn way back in the day when it was way too late and we kept going and did something wrong. This is the TPK. If you have been part of or caused a total party kill, you have earned the TPK badge. Ouch, that hurt.
So these are like patches, though, right? Like
Yeah, these are
on.
yes. The if you've ever seen a Boy Scout sash, but the Kickstarter actually had the badges, the sash, or a bag that you could sew these onto.
Or if you want it to be a little cooler and a little more old school, and you could throw a little Slayer Pantera in there as well, you get the old denim jacket and then slap them all over that bad boy.
So this one here is if you own or created a metal mini. This one is if you've stayed up for more than 24 hours because you were gaming.
So did you basically just go through and order all the ones that you've done?
Well, I chose the one set that I liked the most because they had 4 different sets that you could do. Each set had 10, and then from the other stuff, I grabbed the ones that I liked the most that I had actually earned. So this is for those who have attended a LARP.
See, I thought Ted actually did this to hand out to his player at his games, but no, it's for his own sash.
Totally for me.
He's no Scott Garber. He doesn't love his players.
This one I got because I thought it was awesome. Green Ronin actually went in on the Kickstarter and created their own. So this one says, if you've ever performed an honorable act in a game, you've earned the Ronin badge. The honor is ours.
Nice.
This one is if you've actually GM'd or, as it says, narrated a campaign.
Do you know how much these are going to retail for?
I don't know. I believe the set of 10 was like $25, $30.
Okay.
I could be absolutely wrong.
It would
on
be
that.
kind of cool, like if you could get them at a decent price. And obviously, you don't need one of them. You need like multiples of the same ones.
Correct.
If you wanted to like hand them out at your table, and also if you and your players happen to be maybe a little more affluent, maybe you're playing in the Invisible Sun game, so money's not much of an issue. So you can like stockpile these up.
So what Dave is saying is, I need to go buy a whole bunch of these and annihilate the party so I can hand them all out.
Well, you only need as many as players you have.
Well, yeah.
If you have 5 players, you need 5 of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I would go get 7, wipe you all out, and then I can hand those out as the conciliatory prize.
Yeah, consolation prize. Excellent.
So you have the ye old basic, I've played an RPG. This one is, I own at least a pound of dice.
Several times over.
Our friends over at Looney Labs, they went in and they made a Starship Captain one. So if you happen to play the Looney Pyramid games and can play at least 10, you can
you probably said this already, but I tend to ignore you. Who put this Kickstarter up?
Well, that's gamerbadges.com.
Okay.
I don't actually know the actual company behind it, but you can go to them at gamerbadges.com and
let me guess, and find gamer badges.
And find gamer badges.
Nice. So did they have ones that are like genre specific? Obviously, there's a publisher specific one.
Well, yes. Well, during the Kickstarter, you could go in at a level and create your own badge. And that, if you wanted to be an individual and create it, that was fine. But there were some companies like Looney Labs and Green Ronin that thought this was kind of cool, and they went in on it to create their own, so that it could go out there for their own fans. And once one was created,
Ted, why didn't we create a Nerdarchy badge?
I don't think you were interested. I think I actually talked to you about it.
I don't know. Are you sure? That sounds like I would definitely have done a Nerdarchy badge. Unless it was a lot of money, then maybe not.
It wasn't cheap.
Under $500?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's a plus. More than 10.
Yes, more than $10, under $500.
We should have definitely. Maybe we can still get Nerdarchy badges. Would you guys want a Nerdarchy badge if we had them made? Let us know in the comments below. While you're at it, like, share, and subscribe.
You can hang out with us over on Facebook.
So until next time,
Stay nerdy.